What is up, ladies and gentlemen, in the online family? This, of course, is Jamiro 2000, another episode of Jamiro Reviews. This, of course, has been my recurring series here on my channel, looking at anything in and outside of Jamiroquai that I decided to do a review of. But we just recently had some exciting developments with Jamiroquai, in addition to the 25th anniversary of Traveling Without Moving, and all the pitchback playbacks, and all the great stuff that have been happening online to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Jamiroquai's seminal 1996 album, Traveling Without Moving. Well, let me give you a little bit of context before I jumped into this episode of Jamiro Reviews. You might remember back in 2019, I did a Jamiroquai Minute, I should say, episode looking at what looked like potentially a remastering of one of the most famous music videos from Jamiroquai. In this case, it was a company out of the UK, which was a digital transfer and a restoration company called Scansmiths. Well, they had at that time they had put up some very interesting pictures of what looked like was going to be a commission of them remastering Jamiroquai's 1996 groundbreaking music video for Virtual Insanity, which was, of course, directed by Jonathan Glazer and got a host of a plethora of accolades upon its release. Well, it looks like after that music video appeared, it looked like it was going to be restored. I did get in touch with the people at Scansmiths, but I only had one or two correspondence with them before they went totally radio silent. But some of the early pictures were obviously unrestored, black and white pictures of the restoration process of that said music videos. Now, fast forward to 2021, it was announced in early September of 2021 that they were going to be releasing a 4K version of Jamiroquai's restored music video for Virtual Insanity onto YouTube. And I can't say I was very excited, but it was kind of weird that I never got back from word back from Scansmith that they were going to be doing this restoration, but it appears that they finished it. And a few days later, the music video debuted on YouTube, a 4K upconvert, maybe not an upconversion, but a 4K restoration of Jamiroquai's 1996 music video for Virtual Insanity. So I decided to do an episode of Jamiro Reviews to review this music video and all the cool little details that you can see in this new 4K restoration. Now, let me first start off with this episode with saying there's been a lot of online debate within and without of the Jamly about this video being a legitimate 4K upconvert or a 4K quality copy of the music of the Virtual Insanity music video. Well, I think the music video looks pretty amazing, regardless of what the restoration level is. It could be 720p, it could be 1080p, it could be upwards to 4K. It looks amazing. The clarity, the color, the detail that was otherwise lost in the original standard 480p version of this music video was originally uploaded onto YouTube nearly 11 years ago and nearly garnered over 185 million total views of that said music video on the YouTube platform over the last 11 years. This restoration was sorely needed because there was a lot of details in this new 4K upconversion or 4K version of the music video, music of the Virtual Insanity music video that otherwise had never been seen. And there were some immediate great details that were in this music video that you could not see in the old 420p version, but in this 4K version. I'll give you 3 examples of amazing details. First off, JK was wearing velvet pants. Okay, now in the original 4K video, JK looked like he was wearing a bit of like a tan to, I want to say, blue pair of pants, but in this 4K version, you can actually see little glints of light. So obviously, these were velvet pants that refracted light back very, very shiny. And really cool little detail that you didn't see in the original version, but this 4K upconversion, this looks amazing. His pants have got so much texture and color to them that you otherwise would have not seen on the original version. Another thing that I immediately saw in this new 4K upconversion of Virtual Insanity, you couldn't see in the original, the furniture in the music video that's notably the sofa and the 2 chairs, they apparently were lined in vinyl plastic. Now, it's a bit of a cliche here in the United States that a lot of suburban households had a lot of their furniture, most notably sofas and lounge chairs, covered in plastic so no stains could become permanent on said furniture. But it looks like that these pieces of furniture in this Virtual Insanity 4K version were covered in a very shiny plastic vinyl, which is really, really cool detail. And then one of the most noticeable details about this new unconverted music video for Virtual Insanity that you've not seen the original version. You might remember at the end of the video when the camera does this final camera pan down before JK does the last set of lyrics, the blood liquid that comes out of what appears to be the furniture at the end of the music video, which was kind of a weird creative choice, but turned out to actually be very, very cool. But in the furniture, most notably, if you're looking at a still of that frame of the music video, you see a chair here and here on the floor wall. Now, there's blood coming out from under that furniture, but yet in the original version, you don't know where the blood's coming from. It could be coming from the wall, it could be coming from the floor, it could be coming from the very furniture. But if you watch this 4K upconverted version of Virtual Insanity, on the right chair, you see a little hole in the wall that starts billowing out the red blood liquid, and then on the back wall, to the left of the chair, you see another hole, and the blood starts pouring out of there. So those are 3 examples of great little Easter egg details you see in this 4K upconversion of the Virtual Insanity music video that you otherwise would have never noticed in the original standard version. But regardless of if this restoration of this music video was done by Scansmiths or not, which I looked for any kind of confirmation that was done by them, but you know, common sense would dictate that they obviously worked on this for several years to make sure the color treatment and the 4K video was good. But overall, an amazing music video, and if you've not had the chance to check it out, it is now live on YouTube. And in nearly 2 days removed, or 3 days removed of this music video being added to YouTube, it has nearly garnered around 70 to 80,000 views, which is very impressive for a new music video, especially one that is this important for the history of Jamiroquai. But if you've not checked out this 4K version of the Virtual Insanity video from Jamiroquai from 1996, it is currently available on YouTube, and I'll be sure to put a link to that before mentioned 4K version of the Virtual Insanity music video in the description of this video down below, so be sure to check it out in your own time. And as I prefaced at the beginning of this episode, there is a little bit of a tate-on-tate going back and forth about if this video is legitimately an upscale or if this video is legitimately a 4K. But several of us were waiting for the 4K conversion to process onto YouTube the day of this video being released on YouTube. We're pleasantly surprised, and you know, we're a little bit optimistic that this wouldn't be an upscaling, but it turned out to be an absolutely beautiful video in the 4K video format. But as for me, I'm kind of behind the times when it comes to 4K upconversion. I have not really adopted that as the standard for video or audio quality right now. I think it's a bit of a flash in the pan, in my personal opinion. But for the people who love great high contrast and high fidelity in their music videos or in whatever they consume out of 4K, you will not be disappointed by this conversion. So be sure to check it out in your own time. But thank you for watching this episode of JamiroReviews. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Be sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to ding the bell on your YouTube to stay up to date on all the latest new content coming from the JamiroFan2000 YouTube channel. I'll be sure to try to bring you some more content when I can, where I can. But as always, this is JamiroFan2000, and I'll see you again really soon with many more Jamiroquai related videos here on the JamiroFan2000 YouTube channel. Bye-bye, everybody, and take care.